Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Trina. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you all of the pages that I have in my notebooks for the month of November 2024. As you can see here, this is maybe a little bit of a shorter video compared to my previous ones because I only have 3 journals right in front of you. As always, my reading journal right here to the side will have its own separate wrap-up flip-through video, so I hope you look forward to that once the video is up. I will put the link down in the description if it's already up. But yeah, today I'm just going to be flipping through these 3 journals for each of their November entries. This is me realizing now that since it is the end of the year, this is probably like these 4, including the reading journal, are like my core system. I did not really touch my Cozy and Chaos binder as well as my monthly memory keeping, that thin notebook that I had from the beginning of the year. I will still continue with those 2 like in my own time, like maybe I could like listen to an audiobook while doing the decorating for those, but as of the moment, these 4, including the reading journal, as I've said, are the ones that are in my core system. And looking at my Tochukagi for 2025, which I already filmed, I don't know in the timeline if it goes, I think it's going to go after this video, so I guess I know now that 5-year journal, a bullet journal, as well as a daily memory keeping journal and also a reading journal is like my core system, and that's like the best system for me as of the moment. So yeah, I'm going to flip through the pages with you guys today, and let's just get started, I guess. The first one that we have here is my 5-year journal. I always start these videos with my 5-year journal because it's like the most boring one, but I will flip through the pages since October, I guess, is the place where I stopped last time, because last month I did not write much. I did not finish the month of October in this notebook because I was super overwhelmed. I got sick. It was my birth month. I had a lot of filming to do, a lot of places to be, a lot of festivities, I guess, and then I got sick again. So as you can see here, I did decorate it with candles. I do have like these stickers, number stickers with candles on them. However, I don't know where they went, if I'm completely honest. So yeah, I only have like a little bit for like random numbers. So I think the reason why I did not update most of these pages during the month of October was because I did not refill my fountain pen. Like, I was super overwhelmed already because of the sickness and also other stuff that I did not find the time to refill my fountain pen, and that's why I wasn't able to write any entries in this. But come November 15, I remember November 15, I just sat down, refilled my fountain pen. I was like, okay, I will give myself an hour or an hour and a half to just write all of these entries from October 8th, I think, or the 3rd, up to November 15, and just continue writing however much I can until my hand starts to cramp. And I ended up finishing until November 15 on that day with all of the entries. And I realized that if I keep my fountain pen filled and this notebook beside my bed, I will be able to like write at least in this like every night, or if not every night, then every weekend. I will be able to like come back to this. So October is done. Here are the November entries. Like the pages in here, I don't know if I'm going to like keep on flipping through my 5-year journal come 2025, because as you can see here, it's very much monotonous unless you're like pausing to read. I really don't mind because I don't really put super private stuff in here, just like stuff that happened in the day that you also probably have seen in my other journals. But in a way, this is like super boring. I just really like to put a little bit of a snapshot on the day. That's the reason why I have a 5-year journal, because I did happen to remember like a few years ago, I also have a 5-year journal. Like, this is the first year in this journal, but I already have a 5-year journal in the past. So, or like, was it a 3-year journal? I think it was a 3-year journal. And I like seeing, like, when I'm on my 3rd year of the notebook, I like seeing what happened on that same day 2 years ago. Like, that is the feeling that I wanted. This is boring so far because this is the first year in this new notebook. But yeah, that is like my only motivation in using a 5-year journal. But so far, it's going good. I am thinking of maybe changing up the fountain pen ink, the ink color for next year. I might do my Peridot Green Lamy ink if I think about it, because I do have a new ink bottle for that, and maybe just to switch up the colors for next year. November 30th, I don't have an entry here because that is today, and I am waiting on what else to happen today before I write anything here. But what I did actually today was cook for the first time japchae and also chicken karaage. So like that's I guess the more memorable thing that happened today was I was cooking for my not only my immediate family but also for my aunts and grandmother for the first time, and they like my cooking, and that's making me happy. So that's probably my entry for the 30th. I will not be flipping through the front pages anymore, like adding stuff in here, because there's nothing really to add. I have like failed a bunch of goals or challenges in the beginning of the year, and I'm like these, where are they? Like some of these challenges and goals of mine don't really apply to me anymore. I don't really care that much anymore to do them, so that's fine. I don't really mind that I did not tick off anymore from my goals and challenges. That's why next year I'm thinking of doing like a mid-year check-in for goals and challenges. See if the beginning of the year goals and challenges still apply to me in the middle of the year. Sometimes goals and challenges change depending on your moods, your goals, or like the things you want to achieve, I guess, in the year. So that's why it's not that relevant anymore. So anyway, here is the pages for November. I did a theme of like what did I call this again? Scandinavian tiles, I guess, but only in like the color scheme of autumn. I used a bunch of my colored markers for this and used like paper from old books that I've ripped out, like thrifted books, just so that I could get like that very tan old book color. And then I have here my reading list to the side. I will have a separate video for this, as I've said, but so far so good. I started off with 15 books and I completed most of the books that I was looking forward to. There are a bunch here that I have not finished reading, so I'll talk more about that in that video. My NaNoWriMo page did not go so well. I actually stopped at day, let's say 5 or 6, because of one scene that I wrote in my stories. Like, this is the number 1 story, Strokes. That's just a placeholder title. That's not necessarily the title. It's just so that I could remember what the story is. There is one scene that I wrote down and I did not like it, and it gave me the biggest writer's block ever. So I was like super doing well on the first 3 days, and then come day 5, it just ruined everything. And I'm like, I will write this book in my own time. I don't need NaNoWriMo to like push me, because I'm not necessarily a writer, but it's a fun challenge. I'm being honest, it's super fun to just have that time to sit down and write like approximately 2,000 words a day. It is doable if you're not busy and if you're like super inspired with your story. I am just not that, I wasn't that motivated to do it, I guess. But yeah, it was doable, but I got busy for the month of November. Month of November, was like a lot of adulting stuff. Went back to work because I was sick the last week of October. We had our passports renewed, Mom and I, so we had to go back 2 times to the passport place, I guess. There are a lot of power outs, a lot of like, I did not write down here, but we had like the store, my aunt's store, had a big repaint and repair sequence for like the whole month. So for the whole month, it's like a lot of work to organize and reorganize shelves and also items, stocks, whatever, because all of the shelves are getting a new paint, and also all of the tables. I have to redo a bunch of like table covers and such. So that was the reason why it's super busy. Our store is like quite small, if I'm perfectly honest. Like, it's big enough, but it's like a little bit small once it's not organized. So there are a lot of tables, a lot of chairs in the way, because tables are getting painted, and it's just a mess. So my mind was like in hyper focus mode in order to not get distracted whenever I count money, because all around me was chaos. So I did not need any more challenges for myself when my environment was already challenging for me mentally, because I like a clean space. Like if I see stuff that are on the ground, I tend to clean it up even if I'm like super exhausted. So that's why it's like a struggle for me to stay in a place wherein construction is happening, because I will want to clean stuff up, not realizing that maybe the stuff that I'm cleaning up, maybe the repair person still needs it, something like that. But I did not get in their way, I promise. So we got our passports, and I also cooked for the surprise that I have for my brother, which is japchae and the chicken karaage. That was like my birthday gift for him for tomorrow, which is December 1st. I cooked today because it is a holiday. I did ask for a day off, and we're going out tomorrow, so that means that I can cook tomorrow on his birthday. So I decided to cook today. For the highlights, I did do a stationery haul video. It's one of my Cozy and Cash episodes, and then a lot of gacha, or like not gacha, but more of like blind boxes. So my dad, actually, the story was my friend group chat, like a Pokemon group chat that I was not a part of because I was not active in Pokemon Go. They found a Korean convenience store that newly opened wherein they sell Pokemon blind boxes, and it was super expensive. I did not expect it to be that expensive. And my dad was like, I will get you a cinnamon roll surprise egg instead. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I would like a cinnamon roll keychain. And the first one, the only one that he got for me actually was this one, the first one that I opened. I do have shorts for these two openings, but he got me this one. And then I was like, I either wanted the crown one, the angel crown cinnamon roll, or the four-leaf clover one. Like these two are the ones that I really like, although I really also like this one. But these two are my favorites, and I would take either of them. And I was like, we went back to the convenience store, and I was like shaking all of the plastic eggs, and they're like, this one feels heavier compared to others. And I realized that when I opened it, it's finally the one that I really wanted, so we can stop getting more eggs because I got what I wanted. And I did not realize that it included another part of the cinnamon roll members of that group, which is Milk, the baby. And I was so surprised. Actually, let me go grab it. I did not want to get these dirty because they're like rubber, so I kept them in plastic, but I poked a hole in the plastic in order to let it be a keychain. But I did not stick down the cinnamon roll angel one because I wanted to show you Milk, which is also an angel. Super adorable. I'll just put a tape on this. But this is like, as you can see here, Milk is not there. So this is like, is this the rare one? Like cinnamon roll has a little guy with him. And I'm like, this is heavier compared to the others. So maybe that's why I was able to get what I wanted. And not only that, also in the month of November was PopX. At first, I wanted to go to PopX because my friends are going. And then I suddenly realized, I'm like, I won't go to PopX because I want to save up money. We are planning on a trip come next year, like February of next year. And I wanted to save money in order to have pocket money for my trip to that place next year. And it's like, I don't want to spend, so I don't want to go to a convention. I'm abstaining from conventions until the next year. And my brother went because he went to join a tournament, like a One Piece TCG tournament. And my friend who went sent me a picture of a Smisky giving a finger. And I'm like, I really wanted it. So I went to my brother and said, can I ask you to purchase a sticker for me? And then while he was lining up to get stickers, he found blind boxes of Mofu-san. And if you know me, this year I have started an obsession with Mofu-san for some reason. And I was like, please get me just two. He gifted me one, and I bought myself two. So I was in budget, at least I was in budget. So I ended up, like, as you can see here, all of them are standing. Like, this is just one of the three blind boxes, but this is like the most important one because all of them are standing except for one, and we got that one that is not standing. So I'm like, is this also a rare one? And it's also like fuzzy. Like, it's super velvety, fuzzy, and I really love her. And she's now living on my desk. And yeah, that's like some of the blind boxes that I have been obsessing over for the month of November. We're just going to put them right here beside us. Passport renewal. Nothing really much except like my sticker haul. And yeah, there is really nothing going on for the month of November memory keeping wise, but it was like hell of a busy month for me. So now we're going to move on to my weekly daily journal. Now for this one, I don't know how I like, whether or not I like this monthly page or not, that I only use one pen. In the previous ones, I guess I've used a more colorful pen. Hold on, yeah, even though it's one color, it's still like more colorful because it's red and also green. But when it is black, I don't feel it. I don't feel like it's pretty enough, I guess. But it still served its purpose. I wrote down all of the books that I've read here to the side, just so I could like at a glance see all of the stuff that I have finished for the month of November, because I had that challenge with my best friend wherein she rolled 17 in a D20 and we picked out 17 books for me to read in the month of November. So I'm like, okay, I will do that. However, some of the books here that I actually read were not part of that 17 list. So I'm like, that's fine, we'll deal with that. But yeah, almost all of these are like the same, like Spa Day, Passport Renewal, all of the books that I have started to read. What is this again? 7 Nights Idle Adventure. I have played Genshin after such a long like not playing it because I was super overwhelmed with all of the games that I was playing. I did play a lot of Pokemon Pocket TCG and got myself a new account with a Pikachu Crown Rare in one of them. And then I did like buy a lot of yarn, audiobooks, just a whole lot of reading, hobbies, and like this is a super heavy hobby month or hobby heavy month as well. But still, I think the reason why I was just so burnt out was because of like the construction, which I believe is finishing by the first week of December. So we're going to go into the Christmas season without such a mess. And I'm also crocheting a Christmas tree for the shop. So November actually started here, but I don't know if I remember to show you guys this page. But this is where November started. Starting so strong with the NaNoWriMo there. My brother and I watched like Thai horror movies. We had a spa day with my aunts. This I did not really like because now that I know, I like darker pens more compared to lighter ones. This was supposed to be the Muji ballpoint pen in 0.5, I guess, like the clicky pen, and I like it for notes. I do not like it for like memory keeping because it's like super light, and also because like the darker colors bleed through. So yeah, passport appointments, I got scammed, but also that was resolved. YouTube subscription, I renewed my YouTube subscription because ads in the middle of me listening to audiobooks is just a mess. So I don't want to deal with that anymore. So I decided to just pay up the subscription because I use it every day anyway. Like I think my consumption with YouTube tends to be more of either listening to Smosh Reddit, reading Reddit, or audiobooks. So in a way, I'm listening to people talk in a long period of time. So I guess like in a day, my YouTube, I guess I listen to it for around 4 to 6 hours a day. So the subscription is actually quite worth it. And then we have here, this is another, I guess, weekly vlog for me. I do have a book list here. I was so confident that I was able, like, in the previous, week, I managed to finish a bunch of books, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and a manhwa. So that's, 6. So I have 6 books here. So like 6 books in 7 days. I was super confident that I was able to like read or listen to 1 book a day. And I gave myself a little bit of a suggestion here. So I did finish Court of Frost and Starlight. Marry My Husband was like from last week. I slumped so hard with Clever Creatures of the Night. I hated it so much. Yes, I will talk more about that in my reading wrap-up. But I slumped so hard. I hated this book so much. And I tried to read Hedge Witch of Vauxhall. I tried The Familiar. I tried The Burning Maze. I tried everything. And I ended up with my tried and true V. Schwab and decided The Fragile Threads of Power. But still, I ended up slumping, having reading slump, so I did not continue reading at all for like the end of the week. But what I can tell you is that I like this better, like this layout better compared to this one. Like I like it better if I stick in something big and then write around it small, rather than make my penmanship big, I guess is what I'm talking about here. But I like this better, so I continued with that in the next week. Like, put something big and then write small in there. And this looks chaotic, but actually this looks kind of fun for me. Like, it's kind of aesthetic actually for me. I did start putting in here a walking tracker as well as a medicine tracker because I tend to forget. As you can see, I also forgot my medicine here. But this worked for me, and this is the layout that I am keeping on until like the foreseeable future. I like the color scheme that I chose, like a marker pen that matches the sticker color, and then colored in if I was currently reading or listening to something, and then just use that marker to accent like sparkles and squiggles and such. I also added like a meal tracker for lunch and dinner on the side to see if I am eating carbs or not. I guess it's part of like my watching my diet as well, I guess. This is the week I bought yarn for Christmas trees and Christmas baubles that I'm making for my aunt and my grandmother. And also this is where I started a December reading vlog, which we'll see, I guess, this week as you're seeing this, as I'm posting this. This is going up before that reading vlog because I've already scheduled that and finished that. And this is the current week, which is the last week. So you can see here, this is kind of a messy thing because I've already written down stuff here in red, and I decided that I wanted to use like blues and purples for this week because I have that on hand. So I just added like a few bits and pieces of reds, pinks for that, and then blues. So that's the cinnamon roll. I realized that it's not cinnamon roll, but rather cinema roll. So that's like a fact that I learned this week. So that's the cinnamon roll and milk. I read One Dark Window, Starling House, and The Warm Hands of Ghosts this week, starting a new book, and then the Venusaur event for the TCG, and it's just all fun actually. I'm really enjoying my journals, specifically this one. Like, I could go on weeks or months without these two even. I don't need my bullet journal or my 5-year journal as long as I have this one. And this is going to be like my A6 journal for next year in 2025, and I'm super excited for it. The layout may change, but I guess I know that I want to like put something big and then write small. And the A6 is smaller than this one, so that means my penmanship is going to get super squished, but I really like that look at the end. And yeah, that is it for the flip through of all of my notebooks and journals for the month of November. This is already the December spread, and that is it for this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed. Even though it's just 3 notebooks. This is like the core system that I'm really happy about, and I would like to continue with this trend, like with small amounts of notebooks, but a lot of memories in them. So yeah, thank you again. I will see you in the next video. So hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. So until then, guys, take care and bye.